Banning cell phones in all of Ohio's schools is closer to becoming a reality. The state Senate has just passed a bill that would require school districts to create a policy that would ban students from using their cell phones during the school day. Last year, the state passed legislation that gave districts the tools to keep students from using their phones. Joseph Simcoe, principal of the Howland High School, joins us now. And, I really have a lot of questions about this, so thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate your time.
Yes, so you had a policy in place this year. What were the rules that the students had to follow?
Yeah, so we started a change this year in regards to our cell phone policy and expectations, and essentially it's almost as if it's a don't see, don't tell policy in regards to if we do see the cell phone out, then it's turned into the office. So that was the general synopsis. Students are to keep them in their lockers or their book bags, and we've seen a lot of positive results as that policy kind of unfolded throughout the year.
Yeah, Principal Simcoe, can you explain the differences that you've noticed? I mean, you say it's made some type of improvement. What are some of the things that the teachers say they saw?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I could speak to is that, for instance, early on in the year, you have it's a change, and with any change, there's some skepticism or trepidation. We did have, for instance, one class and one teacher even had the kids keep journals to see how they were impacted or affected or how they felt over time with the change in regards to not having their phone constantly on them. And it was interesting to see the students' perspective as time went on, that they appreciated and noticed that they were able to focus a little bit more and be more attentive and be more productive and get their work done. They felt like they were learning more as the year went on. And then we also saw a lot of tangible results as well, not just those emotional or observational of impacts from kids, but also seeing results in their work and in some of the data that we track.
Yeah, and they're easily distracting you from doing things, even as adults. So we
Absolutely.
understand it. So how did you make sure that the faculty and staff were able to continue to enforce that policy every single day? And did you have any challenges?
Well, I think there's always challenges with any policy, but I think with any policy being fair and firm and consistent, and also very upfront about the rationale and reasons why things are put in place is very helpful. I think we were very transparent and open at the start of the year and all along the way. And I think when you share those messages of what the research shows, and and then some of the students start to see that unfold in front of them, that there's buy-in. And I think that's true of almost any policy, and that's kind of how the year went at the start of the year, and we continually also had conversations amongst other buildings and principals in the county, and even I speak to a lot of people in other counties as well to kind of judge where they were at, and we were all kind of seeing the same thing, which was a lot of positive trends across a lot of different dynamics that we work with kids.
Are you a fan of the statewide bill that's working its way through the Ohio legislature? It passed the Senate. Now it's going to be probably discussed a little bit more for the full-on ban. Do you think that's a good idea?
I mean, I guess I would just stick to my own personal opinions. I'd stick to more like just results we've seen throughout the year with less use of cell phones or less availability. Just speaking in general, I think that less access to a cell phone has improved student life and staff life by quite a bit here in Howland.
And what advice do you have to other districts that maybe they're working on creating their policy, they've got one, and they'd like to make sure it's all the way fine-tuned and it's really solid policy?
Sure. I mean, my advice would be to seek out other districts, learn from other districts. It's something we wanted to do last year, after the House bill was passed, and we felt was important based off the directives and the research. And I would suggest seeking out other schools so that you could find a policy that fits your district and your students. Every student and every district is a little bit different, and needs are a little bit different. So I would say reach out to maybe similar districts. That's something I always try to do, is look to districts that are similar to ours, even if they're outside of our county or our area, and kind of pick their brain a little bit and see what works and what didn't.
All right, Principal Joseph Simcoe at Howland High School, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here at 5.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.